Good evening, everybody, and welcome back. We are the Benelux Speedrunner Gathering. We organize bi monthly gatherings in the Benelux region for speedrunners. We're here to raise money for Mind, which is a nationwide organization committed to prevent mental health issues and to support everyone who's dealing with mental issues themselves or within their family. All of your donations will go to Mind. Now, I've got a special run in store for you right now. We've got 1001 spikes being run by ugyuu. Take it away.
Thank you, thank you. Well, here we go. Welcome everyone to 1001 Spikes. I am ugyuu. You might know me from Battleborn, which I did showcase last year, which was my first run at an event too. Before I get started, we had a donation incentive for choosing the color of what character I'll be playing as. And I would like to know what the results are.
Absolutely. I'll do one last refresh here. And it looks like with 10 euro, it is going to be brown.
Alright. Luckily that's very easy to set up. He starts with brown by default. I'll start the countdown, and once I say go, the timer will start. 3, 2, 1, go. So welcome to 1001 Spikes. This is a precision platformer made by, published by Nicalis, which you might know from publishing Cave Story Plus. Luckily, we're only in the first world, so there aren't many spikes or anything, but don't be fooled. These tutorial rats will disappear. They're very friendly, but once you enter the second world, the difficulty curve really starts to settle in. We're just going through the first few levels here, get introduced to a few of the traps. Main goal really is to just get through each level without getting hit. One hit equals death, and you have to restart all the way from the start of the level. And yeah, you just have to get the key and get to the exit safely. Fortunately, I got hit by the scorpion. They really like blueberry juice, so you turn purple if you hit them. Sent down here by a falling rock. Hopefully just in time for a little shortcut there. Saves a little bit of time. What's really fun about this little speedrun game, that speedrunners really get rewarded. If you do a level the same way, it usually goes the same way every time. That makes it very interesting for me to speedrun. Little hiccup there. Luckily, it's not too long of a level. Most of the levels aren't even a minute long. Here we go. Now, you may have noticed there was a little skull icon on the left here. And there are some golden skulls you can collect throughout the temple. Story of the game goes that you are the son of a treasure hunter, and your goal is to find out where your father went, because he left a note and never really returned after going to a treasure hunt in Ukampa. You're gonna have to say goodbye to the rats, because this is where the game really starts. Entering stage 2-1 here. Luckily, I did get the jump right there. Nice. As you can see, there's already a lot more spikes, a lot more arrows trying to shoot you, and falling blocks as well. And it only gets tougher the further you go in. You're gonna have to avoid this little soup of scorpions down there. Safely. There we go. Now here's a very precise jump. I think it's pixel perfect. Got it first try, luckily. Very good. Oh. No, we're fine. Might not be fine cycle-wise. Keep going. Alright, a little bit slower than normal, but we're fine. That's okay. Alright. So right there at the very start is an arrow shooter. I really don't know what to call them. But some of them, they activate based on time. Some of them activate when you get close to them. The ones that activate when you get close to them are really dangerous. As you see there, it's very fast, very hard to react to sometimes. Here's a neat little trick that I never discovered until I started speedrunning this game. But you can push that block right there and just skip half of this level. I think I messed up. Yep. But I never would have thought that you could just push this block the other way. Normally you have to go all the way to the left and over the top here. Very dangerous level until I discovered I can just do this. There we go. Alright. That's roll 2. So, through these transitional levels that don't really have anything that can hit you, you're basically finding the little pieces of treasure, little keys that will increase your the amount of lives you have, as you can see on the top left here. Yeah, I have 999 lives, and you'll need them if you play this casually. Because as I said, one hit equals death. So we're entering World 3 here, and this is a difficulty spike, if I may be honest. Because there's a lot more spikes here now. I'm gonna carefully squeeze through here without getting skewered. We're gonna actually collect this golden skull, because I don't actually know how to do this normally. I think that's the only way you can complete this level. And get hit by the fire. Here's a very precise trick that you have to be really fast for. Luckily, it's not that hard to get down, and let's see. I got it first try, nice. Just barely, though. Normally, if you're doing this casually, you would have to wait for this moving block to move all the way back, which takes a lot of time. But luckily there is a better way. Carefully position ourselves here. Right. So, this level has statues that really try to crush you. Very often I will make the mistake of holding forward and getting crushed by that first statue, but it didn't happen this time. You have to avoid the Beyblades. There's two types of Beyblades, actually, in this game. There's the gray ones, you can knock those back with your knife attack. But there's also golden ones, and they will just move no matter what. This is one of the rare levels where you have to go left. Go. Let's see. Here's another trick I never would have thought of until I started speedrunning. You can just backtrack and complete the level this way. Go. Now this is a really long level with a lot of boulders, a lot of waiting. So if you have anything to say about BSG or, you know, then now's a really good time.
Right on, thank you so much. I would like to remind everybody that we do have an upcoming incentive for the very next game. We've got Pokemon Gold coming up after this. And currently, we are looking for the trainer name and the name of Totodile. So if you want to get in on that, go ahead and hop over and get to that donate page and put in your name choice.
Here we go. There's a really fast strat you can do here. but it's extremely precise. You have to jump on that button I jumped on earlier, without even hitting that floor below it, and it's super precise. I haven't ever been able to pull it off. Over here we have to go through very weird transitional level. You have to go to the left. There's these faces, these statues. Go. Another piece of the treasure. It's gonna get really warm in here though, so luckily I'm prepared for that. All of a sudden it just got super warm. There's fire everywhere. There is another really precise trick that is really hard to pull off, just like the previous level I did. I have been able to pull it off, but not in a run. It's really crazy. I would love to show it off one day. Very, very sketchy arrow shooting thing there. So, weird fact about this level here. If you just hold forward at the start, you will get hit by the spikes at the bottom. And that is kinda nasty. You have to hold, you have to not hold forward for like the shortest amount of time. This little mosh pit of scorpions here. Go. Try not to get crushed. Alright. Ooh. Try to avoid all of the scorpions. As much as I like blueberry juice, I don't want to turn purple. Here we are. On to the next level. So this used to be my least favorite level. Casually, at least. But then I started speedrunning this. Here's a golden Beyblade, by the way. I cannot knock those back. I noticed that when you do this in the speedrun, if you do it the same way every time, it goes the same way every time. And now this level is a whole lot easier for me. Go. So here is a very, very nasty ending there. If you looked closely, you might have noticed that there were spikes right at the door. That is really hard to figure out. Kind of run through here and shoot that knife to block the arrows. Also this gray Beyblade. Lots of spikes here. You might wonder, are there really 1001 spikes in this game? I would not be able to answer. I haven't counted every single one of them, but I definitely think there are 1001. Very careful. Go through here. Ooh, that was really close. Ooh. Alright. Here's probably the only level that you could call an auto-scroller in the game. Some of these levels were really nasty to figure out casually. Duck here. Jump there. Is a very specific way to how we do this. Whoa. Whoa, whoa. I didn't make the jump. Alright. Careful. And... ah. Sometimes I really forget how to do this. Luckily, it's always the same. Ah, nope. Ah. Going a little worse, unfortunately. I'm still fine. Yeah, there we go. Alright. One more jump. And there we go. That's that level. Yeah, you might have been able to tell that that was really tough to figure out. So coming up is probably my least favorite level in the game. It's got a very annoying ending. They definitely could have removed the block at the end, and you'll see why it's probably my least favorite level. Luckily, I have figured out a way to make it a little easier for me. I just need to imagine a beat in my head, so I will focus during this. Ah, I accidentally selected the first level again. Oh well. Here we go. As you can see there, the ending has a block, and you need to jump at the very last second, or else you'll hit the block, or you'll even fall. Ah! Hey, we made it! Hey, there we go. If that was gonna take too long, I would have skipped the level out of marathon safety. That is still the hardest level, out of these levels we're doing. Now the game does have a lot more levels after this little part, but those are the Antarctic levels. Because according to the lore in the game, once you beat Ukampa, which is this category, you will open up the treasure that you found and you'll find another letter from your father saying that he is somewhere in Antarctica. And then you have to go all the way there. And those levels are even more crazy. And filled with even more traps that will try to hit you. Go. Here are some of the hardest levels you will find in this category. Just have to avoid that. This is the only level with the golden statues, and the golden statues, if you noticed, they will move in the opposite direction of what you're facing, and it can lead to some problems sometimes. Luckily, I have memorized the cycle so that it's not too difficult. Here's the last real level in the game, before we really enter the final world, which is mostly comprised of a single boss. Fortunately, I got hit by a Beyblade. Oh. Up the jump there. Go. Right. I need to take a sec to remember the cycle. Nope. Alright, nope. Going a little different than I would have hoped. This level doesn't really like to play nice sometimes. Ah, there we go, I figured it out again. This is also one of the only levels with red statues, and they are very hyper and very dangerous. Very spiky. They will try to hit you, or you can very easily get in their path. There we go. Okay, that almost went wrong. But we're fine. I technically lied. There's one more level, and this is the hardest level in the game. Look at this. There's like no traps anywhere. This has to be some sort of illusion. Level is even called Too Easy in the menu. Can't believe I made it through that in the first try. No, that's just a random level that's not even hard at all. So, coming up, we're just collecting the final piece of treasure, and we're gonna open up the door leading to the ending. So this is probably another good opportunity to let my co-host share some words.
Well, thanks so much. I just wanted to, let everybody know that we want to thank ESA for helping to support this event and for allowing us to stream on their channel. For any more information about their upcoming events and any changes due to the COVID-19 outbreak, be sure to head on over to esamarathon.com.
Here we go. Those 4 keys that we collected earlier, we are putting them in here. This is the only intentional death in the game, because we skipped the animation of that door opening. And in here awaits dragon, lion, fire-breathing unicorn rhino? I'll let you figure out what that is. But it's a statue that breathes fire and tries to crush you. Oh? One more hit should do it. There we go. Nice. Very loud and satisfying noise. If you're down there, you'll get hit by the spike and you have to do it again. So there's the boss, and that was technically the last level, but the time is not coming up yet. So that's the only boss in this category. There is the Antarctica category where you run this and the Antarctic levels all in one go. And it has one secret real final boss. That is much harder. As if it couldn't get any harder, yeah, I still struggle with that boss. We are collecting the treasure. You could compare this to Castle Crashers. Like when you beat the boss, there's a bunch of treasure raining down. I got 20,000. I don't think I've ever reached that much score. The fun fact, this little block at the end here is RNG, and I think we got bad RNG. No. But depending on RNG, that block could break faster or slower. Time is coming up after the white fade out ends. You should hear a little jingle when that happens. The screen should instantly snap to black as soon as the white fade out ends, and that is when the timer should stop. We're escaping Ukampa and getting the treasure. With that, the run is over. Time. Here we go. Alright. So with that, you unlock Antarctica and all the levels in there. You unlock some other stuff. Little ending cutscene, and here's Antarctica. Really crazy. Anyway, I don't want to ramble on too long. So glad I got to show this off at BSG. I hope to be able to show off Antarctica, the category, in the future, or other games. But for now, I'm ugyuu, and that was 1001 Spikes, any percent Ukampa. Right.
Thank you so much for that amazing run. Coming up next, we are going to have Pokemon Gold being run by Cruel. But first, we need a brief intermission and a little bit of time to set up. So everybody sit back, relax, enjoy the music, and we'll be back before you know it.